So this has become a common question from most of our students. They always say, so we keep on studying. I don't know why I can't remember those theories. And when I just go for my examinations, I feel nervous. That kind of many issues the children used to come up with. So I'm just going to tell you what can cause this kind of an issue. So what kind of solution that we can come up with to avoid this kind of a situation even in during your examination, being nervous, so that kind of uncomfortable conditions won't come if you just get 100% prepared with your theories. So one of the best example, like how you waste your time during your studies. Now some children, what are they supposed to do? Now you think, well, there is a certain chapter, right? So we'll say chapter number 1 in science. So they take around 2 hours of time and they study the whole chapter. And then අර තියෙනවනේ සමහර ළමයින්ට අර එක සීසන් එකක් තියෙනවා ස්ටඩි කරන්න. There is a certain time period that they will study again, they will get rid of it, right? Again they will feel, no, I have to study. So this kind of what do you call, some rotational conditions are found in our students. So the thing is, like, if you consider this chapter number 1, if you have done this or if you have studied this within 2 hours of time, what are they supposed to do? They won't revise this certain chapter for another few months, maybe 2 to 3 months. They will just avoid it. Okay, we studied this chapter, done. So what happens, children, again when you start studying this, or if you try to recall whatever you have studied, the only problem is, like, it was not in your long-term memory, it was in your short-term memory. So when you just try to revise it or recall that, you will find uncomfortable, because you will realize that most of the person, whatever, now if you have studied here 100%, okay, you memorized, just 10% will be remaining. Understand? So again another 90%, maybe that 10% also might be not there. So you have to again spend another 2 hours here. So this is how you waste your time, right? So the best option is, when you're studying, the best way is, if you have studied this relevant chapter, revise it within a day, maybe within 24 hours, to check whether you can remember the theories. You should check, right? So you check. Sometimes you might feel, right, okay, I can remember 80% of it. Then 20%. Work for that 20%. So when you work for that 20%, what will happen, children? It shows you're gonna complete 100%, children. And the most beneficial part, this gonna get into your which term memory, children? Long-term memory. Once it get into your long-term memory, even though you try to forget, you won't be able to forget. This is the most, what you call, common, most of our children, what they say, so we keep on studying, we can't remember anything. So be efficient. When you're learning something, do it in a proper way. So here you're supposed to waste 4 hours for this chapter. Again you study here, study at this point, you don't revise it, what happens? Another 2 hours. So for same chapter you're spending 2 hours, just unwantedly, right? So if you just revise it, what's going to happen? It's going to get into your long-term memory. So this 2 hour you have now. When you revise it, actually, if it will take maximum. Now here it takes 2 hours. Here maximum it might take 30 minutes or 10 minutes. It'll be very faster. Understand? So the best option is, once it get into your long-term memory, you know what will happen? You will get some more time. Whatever the time you allocate here unwantedly for this chapter, again you can spend it for your second chapter or any other subjects. Okay, so things which you forget things. It's not a deficiency of you all, because it's something, it's not a disability or anything, because that's something should happen, because there are many incidents happens in our life. We have to forget them. If not, we will have to always be sad. That kind of incidents has happened in our life. So forgetting something is not something bad happens in you. Maybe අර කියනවනේ, the මේ ළමයා එයා හරි brighter. ඒ brighter කියන්නේ මොනවාරි, there might be a reason. that boy might be revising the same theory again and again. So just going for tuition classes is not only the fact where you can improve your knowledge. Understand? So you have to work a lot. So the best option is this thing, actually keep on working again and again. Check whether you can remember the theories once you remember. Now, so what we learned those days, still some of those we can remember. So the problem is we don't forcefully remember them. It has get into our long-term memory. Okay, so make sure to revise the theories, whatever you have learned, again and again and again within a short-term time period. So if you revise it at a short time period, whatever in your short-term memory will enter into the long-term memory. Just try this.